Hi, my name is Coco with blackfilm.com, you guys, and I'm here with Mariam Basir and Sky Black, the stars of the All Black Original Lace. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
You guys both look great, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about the show. It's really good and it's really interesting, and basically let's just talk about Lace. And Mariam, you anchor the show. This is your
Yes.
thing. This is your baby.
Yes, it is such an honor, and I'm just so humbled, and I feel like it was a great feat, and to anchor the show, like you said, but it was a welcome task, and I had a great team of people that I worked with to make it all come together. You know what I mean? When you have a script that's like as exciting as Lace and as engaging, and I saw it in front of me, and I was just like so excited about the project. It makes it much easier. It makes it much easier to act opposite, different people like Sky, who plays Othello, and a lot of the other characters. They make it easy. They make it fun, and they make it, like I said, it's engaging. So it was a welcome task.
And Sky, talk to us about your character Othello. And Sky, first of all, thank you because you have always supported us.
I love y'all, man. Thank you for just tuning in and having me back and having us back. Othello is the quintessential, I would say, Black Renaissance man. Like Othello could be in the streets, right? And he could throw on some Timbs, and then he could throw on like a nice turtleneck and a fine tailored suit and speak any language that can get the job done. And that is really, I feel I took on the task of making sure that as Othello, Lacey, any and everything she wants, it was Othello's job to make sure that it happened and to make sure that it was seamless. And the thing I loved the most about Othello when I first saw the character was that it allowed me to be a completely Black man with my aesthetic in today's society, with tattoos, with as a lawyer, as a Harvard graduate lawyer. And I thought that was very, very important for some little kid, some young Black boy or young Black girl to see that and say, I don't have to look like what society depicts that this lawyer should look like. I can look like that and I will still be successful. So it was very important to me to play it, and to give my 150% to this role.
And I love that you said that because honestly, like representation across the board, I talk about this so much incessantly. Like it's almost like where I'm just like beating people in the head with it. But representation is so important.
Super.
Some people just need to know that, like, dude, you don't have to be a certain kind of way,
Right. And even to interject, to just see Black Harvard graduate attorneys on TV, male, female, like you said, Sky, they're going to be little girls who look up to and say, wow, I can be that because they see it now in this generation. There are going to be little boys who can look up and say, the tattoos, like you said, without tattoos, to see somebody, a person of color, brown and Black people who are representing these characters, it's so aspirational. And we needed something like this for this generation.
I agree.
And so what I like about the show too is like, I mean, you guys, y'all both know y'all look good. You got the whole little sexy thing going on. You ain't gotta.
Thank you.
You ain't gotta prove yourselves to nobody. But it's like, I want to sort of kind of get into like what Sky was saying in terms of like, you kind of get to be cool, but edgy, but also, in a brilliant capacity where it's like, you don't see that person in that way, but just good looking Black people, and I just like to see that, like representation. Like it just is so important to me. Like it was so cool to see that in the show. So what even drew you guys to the roles in the first place?
Mary?
Well, I basically, as soon as I saw the script and Michelle and Katrina approached me about being Lace, I absolutely couldn't say no. It was a no-brainer. When I read it, the content, at first my manager came to me and he's like, I have this project they want to see you for, and he told them to send me the script, and I read it and I was just blown away from page 1. And I said, well, I don't know if you've seen episode 1. Have you seen episode 1?
I know, I saw it. I watched it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so on episode 1,
I don't do nothing without knowing what's going on.
It starts with like the drama. And so it's just like, I was like, whoa, this is the kind of stuff that I want to do. And I was so ready to say yes, and so I just basically couldn't say no. When I saw the content, the quality of it, and then, the more I got to see like who was involved in it, and, then when I got to set, I was just like even more excited about it. I'm like, wow, it was at such a high level, and I want to be able to do quality, high level projects that, are showing us at our best. So I'm happy to do it.
What about you, Sky?
I'm gonna take it to the South for a minute. When you ask God for something, God gives you what you want. So I'm a firm believer in asking and putting out there what you want. And I was in the middle of actually shooting, and I said, I do not want to play another guy that's getting out of jail. I don't want to play another gangster. I don't want to audition for another drug dealer. I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. I want to do something that goes totally and completely against my physical aesthetic. I don't want to be this overly hypersexualized or toxic masculinity type of a character. And I had worked with one of the producers on Lace, Angela White. And I worked with her earlier in my career when I was pretty much just really getting my feet wet. And she called me the next day and she was like, hey, I have a project I think you'd be good for. And I met with Katrina and Michelle over Zoom because actually it was over FaceTime. And they told me about the project and they told me who Othello was. And I said, sign me up. I literally just asked for this last night.
It's like that. It's like that.
I said, sign me up. And I actually went and did an audition scene. I said, well, let me win it. I was like, let me win it. And it's the scene, I don't know if it's in the first or second episode. I think it's the first episode where it's the scene where I meet Chelsea, played by Molly. And it's the scene where I'm sitting down and I'm saying, hello, Miss Gamble, da, 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 da. And just literally as I started to delve into the voice of Othello came, the characteristics, his isms, and I was just like, oh my God, this feels great. It was a feeling that took over me with playing the character. And I love that. And I lie to you not. I cannot be Othello without it takes over me. As cliche as it sounds, it's true. It's a true thing that just happens.
You guys,
I think it happens when the character is like meant for you. It was written for you. It's like, you get into that mode and you just, activating Lacey McCullough. As soon as the hair, makeup, wardrobe, and everything comes on, and same thing with you, I'm sure, you get into your mode and it's just like, okay, Othello and who you actually are goes out of the window for a few minutes while you shoot, while you're
I wondered because, and it's kind of speaking to what Sky is saying, and it's kind of one of those things that you just don't want to sort of say out loud. But a lot of times, like, we sort of typecast people as sort of the so-called pretty people. Do you guys ever feel like, damn, like what you were saying, Sky, like I just want to be taken seriously. I want to take on a character that's not going to have his shirt off all the time. That's going to be serious. That's going to, like, does it sort of like, do you feel like sometimes you're narrowed into categories? It's like, does that get troubling as an actor? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a different type of predicament,
Yeah, I always say, and I don't want to be, people are, oh, well, it's champagne problems.
No,
yes and no.
That's
yes
not fair.
And no.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yes and no, because it's like, I respect the craft so much that I did it. And especially in the age of social media and filters, I feel like I had to, it was almost just as much as it was an asset, it was almost a sword at the same time, to come in and like, oh, here we go. People feel like from a picture,
they're gonna pick at the pretty guy. They're gonna keep on like, oh, he not, they're gonna do it. They're gonna poke the bear.
And maybe they won't even see your talent because they're too distracted.
Yep.
Of course, we don't want, they're like, oh, well, this person, they have an idea in their mind already about how you're gonna be, or like thinking you can't act or whatever.
Yep.
And I think it comes with it. I think that we all kind of want roles that are not like over sexualized, like they're sexy and then there's something else. You know what I mean? There's, it's good to be taken seriously as an actor, and recently I just won Best Actor for a film that I did called Holiday. Best Actress. Thank you.
Congratulations.
For a film that I did like in Hollywood a couple weeks ago.
She just threw that in there.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying that to say that it felt good to be kind of like, when you're recognized for the craft, you know what I mean? For the actual craft.
And by your peers,
Yeah.
Sorry?
I also think
you're recognized by your peers for your actual craft of acting. You know what I mean? So
completely.
It feels
and
good.
That's also up to the actor. It's up to the actor, especially the actors who are coming up. You have to take control of your career. You have to take control of your career and say, hey,
how you want it to be. Yep.
How I want it to be. How do I want to be perceived? What do I want to put out there into the world? What do I want to give people?
Mm-hmm.
And
but then at the same time, Sky, I have to interrupt you. If you're hot though, you know what I mean? Like
it's just gonna be what it is, right?
it is, you know what I mean? Like you're hot. You know what I mean? Accept it. You know, utilize, you know, certain things.
Both of y'all are pretty.
Thank you. Accept it, but don't rely on it.
Don't rely on it for sure. Always have that. That's why I brought up the thing about actor, your craft. You know, that's why I even brought that up, because I want, it feels good to be acknowledged for something, you know, not for your looks, not for, you know, anything like that, but for your craft. And it's important. Like I already know how you are, Sky, about working on your craft and how important that is to you.
That's what I love about the project the most. I mean, it's not easy. It's not an easy feat to do lace. And the project demanded that craftsmanship. Completely.
Comes, yeah.
Because there's moments it's serious, but then there's moments where there is a little bit of comedy. There's also just exactly like there's nuance.
You have to flex. You have to flex every aspect of it. You hit the comedic beats and you hit the dramatic beats.
I saw it. It's not just reading lines. Like it's
and you didn't even get to episode 6 yet.
I ain't even there yet. I can't wait.
So many surprises.
I want to bring it back around. Let's just talk about lace. Like, let's just make sure that people understand what this project is about. It is on All Black. I know we have a little bit of limited time here. I want you guys to know that, you know, Mariam and Sky are both two dope actors, and they're really putting their all into this work. And what should people take away from this project?
Anything is possible, and you can do anything. You can do anything. You can do anything. I think that's it, limitless possibilities.
I love what you said at first too, when you were talking about like the idea of being a Harvard lawyer, and it's like you don't have to necessarily.
Black excellence.
Exactly.
Black excellence. Black and brown people on TV doing the spectrum, you know.
Yes.
And having something so high level, you know, it's very inspirational.
I love that message, and I love that about you guys. Again, I know you guys have a limited amount of time. Today is a huge press day for them, and I'm sitting here wasting these folks' time.
No, you're not.
No. It was a pleasure talking to Black Film. Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys so much. My name is Coco with BlackFilm.com. I'm here. Can I say it the way I would say it in real life?
Say it, come on.
Okay, so I'm here with Mariam.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, Mariam Basir. And
yes, Mariam.
These are my two new friends, and we're going to talk about the original show Lace. Mariam gets to anchor the show, which is really super freaking cool. Sky is a friend of BlackFilm.com, and he always supports us. And I just love that I got to have this time with them. I'm honored, truly.
Thank you so much. So are we.
Thank you guys. I love you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Have a good one. Take care.
You too. Bye.
If you want to see more content like this on blackfilm.com, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell.
My bad. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. Today, we got Kim and we got Stacy to discuss the new All Black series called Lace. Season 1, Episode 1. This is not for kids. Like this, in case you didn't figure out from the trailer, if you watched this show, this is Showtime After Dark. Like this is Cinemax in its heyday of softcore ass is what the show is. So, Stacy, you saw the episode 3 times. What would you say the show's about?
I have no freaking idea what the heck I watched. 3 times I watched the show. I was just like, what are we doing? Why is it necessary to do all of this to get your brother out of prison? You are a lawyer. Get him a freaking lawyer.
All right. That's your first impressions. All right. She has a lot of hands.
That's after 3 watches. The first one David said, what is it about? I don't know.
I did ask her. I was like, have you watched it? She's like, I don't know the fuck I watched. I gotta watch it again. And she's like, I don't even know what I watched. All right, Kim, what was your first impressions?
Same thing. I only watched it twice. but I didn't get it. It to me is just a ripoff of and low budget Scandal.
Very. If you watch The House Divided, take a step lower.
Yes. The acting is terrible. The
Terrible.
storyline is ridiculous.
Eyebrows,
Just the
terrible.
eyebrows. Oh my gosh. The tattooed eyebrows
Lace,
on Lace or whatever. What's her
Lace
name? Her
McCullough.
name is, yeah, Lace.
It's right behind David. Look at that.
Lace
why?
McCullough. Lace McCullough. So this is okay. So after watching it 3 times, paying attention because I had to. There was a lot of shit going on. Doing some research. This is what I got. So this story is about Lace McCullough. She owns the Lace McCullough and Associates, right? She owns the law firm, okay,
Yeah.
with Othello and the rest, and the twins, and Brittany.
Who are the twins? I was
So
confused.
the twins are Nora and Aaron. So you remember when she asked Nora, how much money did the McKenzies lose, the Marzellis lose in the last deal?
Mhm.
That's the girl cousin. So the two that were sitting next to Brittany, who broke it down to their client, those are the twins. Those are the twins. Hence why they spoke at the same time. That's what twins do. That bullshit.
They were weird and creepy.
They
That's
were.
it.
They were, but they're going for we're twins and we're connected. All right. So McCullough and Associates is the law firm. Wait for this. On top of that, she runs. Oh man, Pro Bono. Pro Bono is the name of her escort service. That's the second business she runs.
Wait.
So you remember the Latino man that she was talking to, and he was sitting there in that chair. You remember at the end of the episode?
Yeah, Mr. Esteban Sousa.
Esteban Sousa, right? He was one of her new escorts. If you if you look at the sign, that bullshit 3D sign that says McCullough and Associates, you know how obviously they just put that on top of a screen, right? At the end of the episode, she takes the remote and it says Pro Bono,
Right.
and it says retainer.
Right.
Then she clicks the button and it says what? Welcome Esteban. I identify as fill in the blank. I'm willing to travel. He's joining her escort service.
Okay, I had no idea what that was about.
None.
I looked at that and it said something about. I thought she was setting up like an offshore account or something.
Yeah, that's what I
like
thought.
some country.
Yeah.
She was.
So the whole pro bono thing was like legit, because I thought they were using it as a euphemism
for boning.
Yeah, but I didn't know that it was like a business. I thought they were just saying like, oh, pro bono, okay. Like,
so is that why they were trying to get this prostitute Gamble to be with, or is that because they're trying to get the senator? No, something against the senator.
No. So
okay.
so
please go on, because
right,
now my eyes are open now. Go ahead.
So Sasha, this is no shit. Sasha Dickerson. She is the receptionist.
Okay.
She's a receptionist / pro bono escort that they sent to the captain, to the police captain. Remember when he said, I deserve some pro bono work? Do you remember that? Because she helped Lace with her brother.
We need to talk about that scene.
Hold up, I got so that's what that was. So she was like, Sasha, you have a client. That's why she said Sloan, and she said yes. So the pro bono kicked in, and she went over there and fucked Captain Sloan for free as payment for helping Lace keep Daniel out of jail and moving the situation around.
What?
Yes.
David, I what?
Yep.
How did I watch this and miss all of what you're saying?
That's what happened. That's what, because one, Sasha Dickerson don't even get a name. You just see her receive people, whatever, right? So it's like, why would Lace do that? So I had to look it up. So captain, he's a police captain. I thought he was just a regular dude. So that is police captain Sloan.
Yes, was he NYPD?
Probably. No. You mean no? This is in LA. You mean in the show? Yeah, so he's, it looks like it's in law. So Captain Warren Sloan. So it looks like they're in LA. So he's LAPD. So her brother Daniel, as you saw, because he black, right? So he just got out of prison. He's a former drug addict, and he got wrapped up in a rape sex fantasy of this rich woman. So
Elena Marzilli.
Yeah, Marzilli. So she hired him to do the rape fantasy at the beginning. So what we don't see is that her husband Frank, who wasn't supposed to be home till 10 o'clock that night, because remember she told her driver that my husband gets home at 10, make sure you go pick him up, right? So I'm assuming is that after the said rape fantasy was over, Daniel was like, I need my money now. And she was like, no. And then Frank comes home and finds this man in his house dressed up like a robber and then beats his ass, calls the cops. And then that's how Daniel got arrested.
So Daniel works for pro bono.
No.
He doesn't.
No, he's just a bone.
He's just a bone. Like he's an ex-con.
Yeah, because he was saying that he hadn't seen or heard from her in years, right?
Yeah. So
why didn't he just go to the family vineyard to visit his sister?
There's no vineyard. Like that's not a thing. Like she's using the whole analogy of the vineyard is to say that people like her life, everyone in her life is a grape. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she works and farms for these people, and she has her work family and she has her blood family, but her blood family is what drives what she does. That's her main focus, because Tony is in jail. Tony is her mother. Her mother, Tony, is in jail, and she's trying to get her mom out of jail.
What?
Lace's mother, Tony, is in jail.
Yes.
For what?
We don't know that. But you remember at the end of the episode when she's talking to Othello and she's like the white girl, like what's her name? Clarissa. Clarissa like is gonna help. We need her, right? And he's like, she's a wild card or whatever. And then she says, I'm willing to bet on this wild card. And Othello says, would you like do you put that on your mama's life? And she kind of paused. And when Daniel was talking to her, he was talking very fast, but he said, hey, did you ever get Tony out of jail? Remember that? So so in their interview, after Sloan puts them in the room and he cuts off the thing, and he goes through the whole, we have seen you in the wild, you're the prodigal daughter and all that shit. Like he says really quick, did you ever get Tony out of jail? Tony is their mother. And Tony is in jail. Huh?
How did you figure it out? Without looking up, without doing the research, how did you figure out just by watching that was their mom?
I didn't. Okay. I get you.
Okay.
Right. But I was like, but no, what it was? Othello's line. When he said, would you bet your mama on it? Like, it wasn't like like the colloquialism when we say like we put like, is this on your mama? Like he said it like it meant something. Right. So that's what got me thinking, like maybe mom is in jail. And then like what is Tony?
So this whole thing is about the mother, not the brother.
The legal thing they're trying, the white girl is necessary for the mom, not the brother. The brother just got arrested. Like you said, he just got arrested. You know what I'm saying? So that's why she's asking about the deal, because Frank used to be one of her lawyer clients. Right. So she's trying to see if long-term she can convince him to drop the charges. I'm assuming this was going to happen. Like she's going to come up with some dirt or some stuff that she did for him and his wife maybe back in the day. But that's how she knew about the ironclad prenup. You remember when she told her brother that Elena signed the ironclad prenup? So she will leave with nothing if he finds out that.
Alina.
Alina. Remember she told. That's because they used to be her lawyer clients. And even Captain Sloan mentioned that. Captain Sloan said, didn't he used to be one of your clients? And she was like, yeah. And remember, Sloan said, your family can't stay out of jail. Remember? Anyway, so that's what it is. That's what it is. So mom.
So explain to me the part about the way they were chasing Miss Gamble, the prostitute, and Senator Young. Where do they fit into the equation? Are they trying to recruit?
They're trying to recruit. They're trying to recruit her. So they believe somehow the prostitute is somehow going to help them. Is going to help Lacey with her long-term plan to get Mama out of jail. So they saw the fact that she is a prostitute. She's had a lot of, I guess, high-level clients like Senator Young or whatever. So she knows how to manipulate powerful men or whatever. So I think they're going to use her in that way. Like the hacking thing that she used to steal her credit card, somebody else built that for her. So that's a whole other thing.
Clear anarchy. Is that going anywhere?
I doubt it. Well, what'd you say?
That's the hacker name.
Yeah, that was some silly shit. I mean, this writing ain't the best. But anyway. So what's the mom's name? Antoinette Tony McCullough. Antoinette. Okay. So anyway, so eventually we'll see the mom, but that's what she's trying to do. And her brother, I guess, holds her responsible that her mom is still in jail. But clearly they don't have a good relationship. They both refer to her by her first name and not mom. So maybe she's a hustler of sorts, too. But yeah, so the only sex or whatever scene that didn't make sense was Othello getting his dick sucked. Like that made no sense, and I have no reason. I don't know who that girl was. Like, was she one of the pro bono, employees or whatever? Like, I don't know why she was sucking, and I don't know where she went. But so I'm not even sure the point of that. I don't know, but sorry about that. I have no comments on that. But anyway, so at the end of the episode, we see that Randall looks like he's standing over the dead body of his ex wife, Tanise, Tahnee. Tanise. So anyway, it looks like he's standing over her dead body with a knife in his hand. He just got done seeing his lawyer Brittany bone his soon-to-be ex-wife's counsel, so he wasn't too happy about that.
Oh yeah, because she's a councilwoman, right? Tahi Randall is a councilwoman.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
So then Lace was saying that she may need her. That's why he was like, just give her what she wants, whatever. But with the flash forward, she ends up dead. Like somebody kills her. I don't think Randall did it. That'd be too easy. But like
he's gonna go to jail for it, and they're gonna try to get him out.
He'll be arrested, and they have to defend him, and that's where the scandal bullshit come through. Yeah, definitely. So
so let me just say this part. You shouldn't have to research a show in order to understand the first episode, right? I mean, why are you researching? You want a show should have a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? Episode, and you had to actually research in order to understand what was going on screen. That's bad writing, right?
So,
isn't it?
Okay, I see your points. I would suggest that the stuff was there, right? Like, so the stuff was there, right? I didn't have to go to a website to some like blog and figure this stuff out, right? Like, it was all the acting is bad, the eyebrows are bad, the hip hop soundtrack is garbage. Like,
the wig was what was going on with what's her wait hold on, Brittany, Stacy, you've seen that hairstyle a million times on different women.
Oh, the puff with the twist with the lot. It was too much.
It was like she looked like a horse. It was like what? I was like no. Okay, so let me get off to that. But it was terrible. it was okay. I don't think that I should have to watch.
Brittany screwing the other lawyer in the car and
Yeah.
her watching, like, what
Is that?
Why did he do it in the car? Like, you're lawyers, get a room.
So let's remember, since we
And then the
already
windshield was dirty. Like,
that's what so I'm just saying, if we're gonna compare this show to Scandal.
Low budget.
Please remember, Shonda Rhimes had Huck and Quinn fucking in the parking lot on the company table when the rest of when the crew walked in. All right, so let's not point too many fingers. All right, like that. I mean, that was a professional show, and that's what they gave us. And then magically, we're supposed to forget all that when Quinn marries Huck at the Charlie at the end of the series. Like, I'm like, what? No, like Huck was all up in that, licking her face and everything, all kinds of wild shit. I'm like, how are we supposed to forget that? So, I see your point. Like they hit you with the crazy unrealistic sex scene, because it's like when he was pumping, she waited and then she bounced. Like, I was watching, I was like, this don't even look choreographed. Like, she was like, I was like, what is happening? Like, what?
Yeah, they were doing like the chest pumping.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't no hip action. It was just like,
and then it's like, even again, her forward thrust was delayed. Like, she was like he tapped her, like, you need to move forward now. Oh, okay. You need to move forward now. Oh, okay. I was like, this is what kind of mandingo.
And all his big dick euphemisms, like, oh, I should have warned you.
Yeah. Then
at
I heard
dinner,
you.
He was like, bigger is better. Oh yeah, I was just like, how cringy can this be? It was cringy. She was like, oh, God bless America. Oh. And then she starts crying immediately after. Yeah, okay.
I thought he was like, did I hurt you? No, motherfucker, you didn't hurt. I was like, come on, bro. I really thought she was gonna scream, "Make America Great Again." I really thought that she was gonna, like, just go for it. Just go for it. You know that's what you're doing. So just go for it. I was like, come on, man.
Can we agree that was corny and unnecessary?
Oh, of course. I mean, a lot of it was. I mean, shit. But I still say, okay, like, again, I had to look at some shit, but I'm interested to look into it. Queens and our kind of people, no. Like, dude, I'm 3 episodes into both those shows, and I'm like, no. Like, I want to see where this is going. I really want to see where this is going. I want to see how pro bono grows. Like, how many hoes that she got on the roster? Because right now it seems to just to be Sasha and with whoever was sucking Othello's dick. I don't even get that. But then, like, and then Esteban looks way too old to be an escort. Like, way too old.
That's
like,
I didn't get it.
And I completely understand. Even as I'm watching it, I'm like, are you sure
that he's gonna be an escort, or maybe some Mexican chicks he's negotiating for? Maybe.
Okay, you know what? Let's go down that route. Let's go, because that makes more sense. But it looked like he was filling out, like he would be filling out. It's, again, I identify as something. I'm willing to travel. That is that is, that's an application. That's a profile. So I'm thinking he's gonna be an escort, but it's gonna be like older type of, not like, certain women that would be a old Latin lover type or some shit.
Yeah, like rich old women want to sleep with him.
Yeah, because to our points, Sasha Dickerson would have walked in and just got to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they would have laid out other women for him, not a resume type thing. You know what I'm saying? And he looked, and did you see his face? Like, he looked totally like what is this? Like, after the scene changed or whatever, like, it was completely CGI. But once it's like, so anyway, I think we'll see him again. We'll see his story develop. But I think that's where they're going with that. Because on the description of the series, it says like she runs men and women. So so again, right now I think only partner where she got that. Sasha's sex scene looked more realistic. Like, it looked her and Sloane looked definitely better than Daniel and Alina, because that looked horrible. And the white girl was just bad all the way around. It was just bad. It was just bad. And then Othello / what was his name of all the Queen's men? I'm like, this dude is not an acting motherfucker. Even when he's trying to sound educated, he sound ignorant. Like, I know
my issue. He was like, "Do I look like NYPD? I'm black." And then the black cop walks into the room, and I'm like, "What?" That's what I was asking. Was he NYPD? Like, it made no sense.
That's the point. He's like, I was so irritated with that shit. I was so irritated with that shit. I still love the irony though that a black platform gets black women writers to write a show about an all black law firm who needs a white woman to save the day. That cracks me up.
So the prostitute is supposed to save the day?
She again, she's the tool that Lace is going to use to get her mom out of jail or try to get her mom out of jail. That's why she's being recruited.
Is it because she's a prostitute and she slept with other men who have possibly slept with the mother or something? Like, is the mother a prostitute?
No,
like I don't understand how like, you gonna. Oh, maybe she can bribe. Okay. So if she's a prostitute sleeping with, these men like judges or lawyers or whatever, she can blackmail them, and then get her mother out.
Maybe, but then they made a strange when Othello was in the hotel looking at Chelsea, like with the senator, right? And then Lace calls him, right? And they're talking, and they say there's over $100,000 of the accounts that we know of, right? And there's different clients, and then Lace says, "What happened to professional courtesy?" So I'm thinking that Chelsea has been fucking some of her clients, some of Lace's clients. So she's like, if you're moving in our territory, like maybe we can use her to do something else. But they're there to recruit her. They wanted to see how she does business. And once they saw it, they were like, okay, then she's on the crew. But she's not just joining like pro bono. Like she's there specifically for the mom issue. I don't know. I'm hoping it's like Quinn, like maybe she has some like secret backstory where she's related to somebody and they're like something like that. But I can't believe she's gonna fuck her way into getting their mom out of prison. Like that's silly. Like, I mean, not that this show is not silly, but that would be very silly.
I wouldn't be surprised because the whole show is silly. Like
the whole show is fucking. It's a lot of sex. I mean, but again, I would say every sex scene made sense for what it was trying to achieve. Like, except for Othello and the sucker. Like, I don't know who that is and why that. And then I thought that was Brittany. Like, I watched it like 3 times. I was like, is that Brittany? I was like, no, it's not Brittany. And then you never see old girl again. So I'm like, what? Is she gonna come back or something? Do we got a name? I haven't looked at the credits. I don't know what her credit would be, but I looked at the credits to be like, am I looking for a table topper? Like, what's her? I was looking.
So wasn't the councilwoman sleeping with him too? Wasn't she sleeping with her lawyer? Like when the guy They showed her. Brittany showed her that she had an affair with someone in the house. Like, you don't know who the person is. That's what I'm saying. So they thought they had her on the ropes until they needed her. Somehow they just figured out, like Lacey just figured out that they're gonna need this woman. I don't know. And again, but even though she's gonna end up dead, I believe that was her, right? We agree that that's Randall. Yeah, that's the councilwoman, definitely. You can tell by her hair.
Because I was like,
what a wig, whatever.
I was like, who is that? I was like, that better be somebody important. I'm like, why are we seeing this shit? I was like, Scandal. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. To me, it's a scandal. It's like Scandal.
Yeah,
but now you put this whole extra part of the prostitution ring, basically. I'm like, what?
I was like,
got a twist.
It's a lot. No more grapes, please. No more grapes. I don't need. Just no more grapes.
Tell me there's no vineyard. I'm like, wait, what? What was this whole thing about?
Again, she. It's her life. Her life is the grapes. Her life is the people that she toils with to kind of build these people up. And that's why you
why show us digging up some damn soil and grapes and vineyards and shit if there's no like, I'm annoyed. I don't even want to watch this shit.
Yeah, it was. This show is annoying. It definitely was. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it one more time because I'm thinking maybe there's something wrong with me. So,
But I told you,
yes,
Kim, I
did.
was like, it makes no sense.
You again, you cannot look away. Like if you don't 100% pay attention, you're gonna be like, what? And then like, because as you know me, like I like credits, I was like subtitles, I paused, I was like, let me write this shit down, let me go back and try this again. And with my bootleg app of All Black, like you can't pause it on subtitles. So I was like, do I want to hear do I want to read what they're saying, or I need to pause to see what's happening right now? And I was like, but anyway, I once I kind of unraveled parts of the mysteries, I was like, oh, okay, well, there's things to get into. So I'm interested. I'm more interested in this and figured out, does Brandy know what her baby daddy is? I'm much more interested in this than watching old girl like fight for, her daddy to love her, for Papa Pope to love her or whatever, and her rapping baby daddy in prison. This show will not have any rapping baby daddies in prison. So this show already has my support. Like, there will be none of that. Huh?
You sure?
Yes.
You sure that's not a scene of Lace going to visit her daddy in prison and he's safe?
And they did have that woman singing at the end who is actually a singer. So you never know what's gonna pop up on this show. It could be a rapper that ends the show like that chicken,
But even that was appropriate because they were at a club. I know, sure. I was like, the soundtrack is again, soundtrack is garbage. Like when Queens get canceled, like Eve and Brandy needs to come over here and do the soundtrack for this show. Like if they take the money and production quality that they put into Queens and or all Our Kind of People and put into this show, it would be good.
Queen's soundtrack is done by Swiss Beats, so that's why it's better.
I'm like, well, at least Eve and Brandy, because Tasha needs to stop like right now. Valeria needs to stop right now. Like, so to all this point, if Lace or Othello or anyone on this lawyer staff ever stands up and starts dropping beats, I'm gonna be like, stop it. Like that's not what we're gonna be doing right now.
I think they're just gonna have a musical guest. Like, wasn't that on Girlfriends at one point, where they would have a musical guest, or one of those sitcoms would have a musical guest? I think Eve even had it on her show, where they would have like somebody come on.
Oh, and perform.
I think Most Def was on Eve's show one time. Yeah,
that makes more sense. I didn't watch Eve's show, so that could have been it. I know. Anyway, so it's interesting enough. I would say that again of the all black shows that we've watched. And it was like, better than Lakeshore Drive.
Absolutely.
Come on now.
That coming back. I'm sorry. I gotta see where this shit is going.
Dude, that shit was so what the fuck. I was like,
the ending was like,
yeah, that was crazy.
Was this or was this not Black Lives Matter? Like, what?
It didn't make sense.
It made no sense.
In a pandemic, nobody, like, one person is wearing a mask. Nobody says what the pandemic is. Then we got the slave in the pond talk that never did anything.
We never got to that. I
was waiting for zombies, like ghosts.
I was waiting for possession. I was waiting for all kinds of shit, and none of that went down.
Crazy little teenager.
Yep.
Just staring like
of dead daddy everywhere.
I was like, I saw my daddy, and I'm sleeping with my mama, and I'm like, what is happening right now? I
swear he killed his daddy because his daddy was taking all his affection from his mama. I just knew that's what this was.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. And I watched you guys review on it, and I was like, yeah, this it was good.
This has to be
your
over.
review was way better than the actual movie. Like,
I was like, this show just please be over. Like, nope, season 2. I was like, fuck me, man. But even a House Divided is like all over the place. Like, it was that hey, they're not gonna get over that water glass. Stacey and I would not let that shit go because that was the most ridiculous. It didn't have a water glass. If Lace kills someone by just simply moving a glass of water, I will be like, you know what? Never mind. Never mind.
One thing about this show, it is 30 minutes, so I get that. 30 minutes.
Wham.
That's
And
the
that's
only
why they're
thing that
cram-
makes it tolerable, that it was only 30 minutes.
But that's why they're cramming so much into so little time. like there's just like it may anyway. I get.
I mean, but that's the problem is that it's not really the time. It's that the time that you're allotted, it has to make sense without me needing to research. I shouldn't have to research a show before I watch it or after I watch it. So
I was like, it was that screen. I was like, pro bono. I was like, Black women, you can do better than this. You can.
I mean, now I get it. As you're saying it, I'm like, oh, I hear it. Okay.
No. I'm talking about
Okay.
the who wrote this shit. I was like, come on, lady. And then again, what makes it even more irritating is when you watch the interviews of the creators of this show and how they were like, since 2012, we've been fighting to get our voice heard in Hollywood, and we needed a platform where Black women can be seen and heard, and everyone involved in the creation of the show is a Black woman. And I was like, this is what y'all do? Like, this is what you do? Like, no, this ain't it. If that's your call to arms for Black women writers in Hollywood, this is not it. Like, I was very disappointed with that shit.
Because you give a Black woman a legitimate means of a career, right? She's an actual lawyer, but then you take it and you flip it on its head, and she's breaking the law by having prostitutes. Come on, like what are you doing? Why does it even need that edge? Let her just be a lawyer who gets people in like DC and Maryland or whatever. And she gets
can't just do Scandal. They can't just do Scandal. They gotta do something else. I mean, but Scandal after a while was just fucking. Like, I mean, like most of their scandals was somebody boning somebody else, to be real. And they did represent, so But at that point though, when it really started just being people humping each other, they already had an established audience that wasn't gonna leave them. We were gonna stick by them. So so I would say it started off like sex scandals, and then it turned into like 24 with Jack Bauer. Like once like B613 took over, it was like what the
when they
fuck?
kidnapped Olivia, then I was watching 24.
Yeah, I was like, when drones were attacking New York, I was
24
like,
was actually a good show.
It was.
But that's because it stayed true to itself. Like it wasn't. I mean, anyway, we're getting off track. Okay, so Stacey, I would ask you, what do you want to see else in this series? But logic? No, what?
Reasoning, some type of plot that makes sense. I don't know.
Who doesn't want to get their mom out of prison? Whose mom's always going to prison? Us.
What is she in prison for?
We'll get to that. I don't know.
Why are we getting to that? I need to know right now in the first episode what is happening.
I cannot believe this is coming from you two who are like, David, why do you always say everything? I didn't say everything. I'm like, this is some basic shit that needs to be like, so we know what we're doing. But y'all like, I didn't know she's in prison for 15 years for tax evasion, I was like,
I mean, she's a lawyer, so you should be able to find some legal stuff to get your mom out of prison. The fact that you're going through all this to get your mom out of prison, I need to know what she in for.
Right.
Did she try to shoot the president? Like, what are we doing?
Well, we will.
And think about it. Scandal, wasn't her mama in jail too?
She was incarcerated of sorts. Yes.
What?
She
was in jail.
She wasn't in official prison. Like fucking Papa Pope had her in a torture cell for 20 plus years because she tried to take that. Once that became the storyline, I was like, where are we going with this?
Because she was dangerous, as we saw as the show went on. She was dangerous.
But that shit was crazy. I was like, this is not what we started with. But I was like, but it just went a lot of different directions. It became a huge family drama. It all became family drama. But Kim, what you got? So, do you have any hope for this show right now?
Okay, look, I'm gonna watch the second episode, and if I get the same result where I gotta watch this puppy again, and then I have to research it, I can't. I'm gonna peace out. I'm just no.
Oh,
I can't. It's just not worth my time.
The work.
Yeah, it's like no. Even there's got to be something else that is out there that or coming up that is better than this show. I mean,
all right. I see your point. So let's give it a couple. Hey, I mean, our kind of people is probably gonna get canceled soon, so we'll have a slot open. Like
you are really betting on that.
No,
I don't think they're gonna cancel it in the middle of the season. I think they're gonna give what's his name?
Lee Daniels and crew.
They're gonna give him this season. All right. And then they'll be like, okay, we're not gonna renew you, sir.
Thank you, sir, though.
Yeah.
Like I read this review that said, and anyway, they're like the ratings are low. They don't know Fox has made a decision, but even that person was like, nah, this show's probably gonna get canceled.
No, definitely. Its ratings are very low. So it's gonna get canceled. I'm sure of it.
You know what? Just bring on Michael Ealy.
But then we got Harlem coming out.
I know we got Harlem. We got Run the World too. So we got Run the World 2 coming December 3rd. We'll see if they do it right this time. Listen.
Stacey's like, no.
I was like, we're gonna do it again. 4 Black women in Harlem trying to live their lives. At least one of them is a lesbian this time, though. And at least it looks like legit, like she's a stud lesbian. So we'll see where this goes.
Which is realistic.
No, I'm saying no. I'm serious. Like I'm like that's cool. Like that. And she legit looks like the kind of lesbian that you don't see that kind of representation. So I'm just happy about that. But like it's gonna be a better cast. Hey, we're getting off cast. Anyone who possibly watches this video right now, check it out. The show. Appreciated the 2 thumbs up. Did you guys watch the show? Or you just watch us shitting on it? Because either way, it's entertaining. It was a challenge. I like this show. Because it was a challenge for me to kind of figure out what was going on. And once I figured it out, I said, I'm interested. Like, I'm interested. Now that I know what I'm looking for, to your point, now we know what we're looking for, I want to see how they get there. Okay.
But it's not the challenge of like when we used to watch How to Get Away with Murder. Like, how to get away with murder when the very first episode was a challenge because you were like, wait, what? Because it was going back and forth and back and forth. But once they got it kept going and going and going. You were like, okay, I got this. You have to watch from the beginning to the end. You can't turn your head, because you turn your head, you miss like a huge piece of this puzzle.
Yeah.
This show, I don't see that.
But again, hour-long drama, better production quality, better actors, better eyebrows.
Better
script. Lace looked like a Vulcan. Lace looked like a Vulcan. Like
her eyebrows. This is the thing about fake eyebrows, right? The problem with getting the tattoos is that you really have to go to the person who is phenomenal doing this. That's very hard to find. You know, like Megan Good got her eyebrows done years ago. And even she said, I had to get them done all over again. And because one was higher than the other. And she went through her career like that. And she had to get them fixed. And now she actually had to have laser surgery to get her hair put back in her eyebrows. Yeah, that was actually on a show. She actually said that. And I was like, that is terrible. And if you watch Megan Good, you see one of her eyebrows is always higher than the other. I thought she was just moving her eyebrows that way.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't even
somebody tattooed her eyebrows that way.
Surgically fucked up. Like she messed with shit. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just thought this woman just had bad. I thought she just painted her mom back. You think they're tattoos? You saying Lace's eyebrows are tattooed on?
They look like tattoos. And like fresh tattoos because it's so dark.
It's just bad. And like the way it's not okay. Like it was distracting. Like, I couldn't even figure out what she was trying to lawyer or something. Like my eyebrows are fucked up. I'm like, what's going on, bro? The brother was funny though. When he was going off on her in the interview room, that shit was hilarious. Like I was like, this dude is funny. But again, he said the Tony thing so quick that you're like, what? Like what? Like who is Tony? Right? So I'm like, are you Tony? Like who? Why are you talking about yourself in the third person? Like who the fuck is Tony? I was like, so anyway, I was like, the
dialogue wasn't clear to you either.
It was quick. Yes, I had to again, two Tony mentions, and would you put it on your mama? And I was like, and then the cop being like, your family can't stay out of jail. I was like, there's something there. I was like, and it really was IMDb. Like once I looked at the cast list and I saw a character named, Tony McCullough, I was like, gotcha. And she looks like she looks like a mama, so I'm like, it's her mama. So we will see. She's old enough to be a mama. That's what I'm saying. So maybe she's a long
That
lost
makes
lover.
me feel old.
I'm old enough to be a daddy. I'm 40. I mean, I'm just saying, look, but of a grown person. Like anyway, I would say it just some about her said mature mother. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, she's probably the mama, and that's classic, right? And again, you're trying to take care of your mom or whatever. That's what, and that goes to the whole family thing she's trying to get into, right? And she's probably gonna do a whole bunch of bullshit to keep her brother out of jail, who will be back in jail if he's not fake raping some other woman. I'm like, how do you?
No, maybe he'll join the pro bono.
That's why if he can sling correctly, maybe he's like, hey, you know, why don't you just join the family business? That would be hilarious. You know, I'm sure
he fake rapes people.
What's up?
He did
that was hilarious. He's like, I wore a condom. She's like, shut up. I was like, what? I was like, that's not a defense. That's not a defense. It's like, and you, oh man. Anyway, I was gonna go through a whole thing about that. Like, how many women actually do that? To be like, well, you know, in the safe environments, if you were,
they do actually.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not that far off, you know.
No, that makes sense actually because there's no DNA, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about some pubes.
Huh? What's up, Stacey?
I left some pubes laying around.
Maybe it's shades. I don't know.
See manscapes.
I was like, oh, she's like, oh, I was like, it's I was like, anyway, all I'm saying is, whatever you do in a consenting relationship, that was the other thing that cracked me up about 20s. I forgot when the priest was like, you know, he's like, when Chuck was like, I don't want to be out there wilding with people, whatever. I'm not a sexual like freak or nothing. She's like, the priest was like, you know what? Whatever you do with consenting adults is perfectly okay. I was like, that's no priest would say that. Like, what the like straight?
Okay, you have to remember that the priest that you remember is not priest now.
I'm just
they Catholic. Say no, they are more liberal now. Even the Pope himself is more liberal now. Period. He doesn't care about gay marriage at all. He doesn't even care.
Gay marriage is to the side. Now we're just talking about fornication. What I think all Christian figures would be like, hey, these being married. This priest was like, whatever is whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as both of y'all want it, you can do it. I'm like, that's not.
They said the marital bed is undefiled. So whoever you invite in the bed.
I remember Kev on stage was talking about that. Kev on stage was like, the wedding bed cannot be defiled. I was like, there's some fine print. There's some fine print to that, sir. I was like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're getting off track. All right, lady. Everyone, we thank you very much for watching. We greatly appreciate the 2 likes that we got. Again, maybe you just found us hilarious because we are. And this show is hilarious. Check it out on All Blacks. This one black. And tell us what you think. We'll see you next week. Either way, episode 2 will be coming. Is it going to be some more fucking? Probably. You know, P Valley had a lot of sex in it until they got going. I mean, they try to reel you in with titties, and then they got to a storyline. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the show just needs some time to get started, and they'll get some actual substantive character development. But if not, we'll still make fun of it. So please be with us tomorrow, because at some point we will do Dexter after I get done watching the Eternals and having dinner. And then we will do The Harder They Fall, which I still need to finish. And we'll discuss the need for a light
twice already. It was so good.
Yeah,
I'll probably watch it again today.
It was really good.
I'm gonna finish it. Terry got bored. She has a short attention span.
Do you think it's gonna be a second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end when Regina was still alive, I was like, she's gotta. Oh my bad. Sorry.
I gotta finish it. That's it.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just kidding. It's all good. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, clearly I knew a lot of them were gonna fucking die. I mean, that's what they do in these movies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was like, half your crew, Tick, ain't gonna make it. I was like, Tick. I was like, bruh, are you gonna live? Because you didn't live last time. I was like, don't die on me again, Tick. Don't do it. I was like, I couldn't take it. Also, why did his girlfriend have to be light skinned? Because
that's what everybody's been saying.
Because on average, no matter the casting is consistent. They usually try to put 2 different tone people together. often it's the man who's the more darker skinned, and therefore, on average, as she's the love interest of said man, she was going to be light skinned. They rarely put two dark, relatively, or two light skinned people together for some reason. But you see that in a lot of shows.
Yeah, that was in what's that? What was that show last year? Country.
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, remember that
with Tick. With
Yeah,
Tick.
Tick.
like
yeah.
His black ass gets put with light skinned women because
Yeah.
he's dark as fuck. And they're like, we need something to light this thing up. I'm saying, but you look at situational comedies with black comedians being the lead, and they're usually dark skinned. Gina's been at least 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Cedric the Entertainer.
You know, I mean, it never fails. 9 times out of 10, that woman will be a different shade, and usually that means lighter. I mean, that's what
Nash
they
was
do.
lighter than him. Yep.
That's what they do. It's not, it's like, and it's not historically accurate, but they, that's what they do. So anyway, it looked like a good movie so far. Idris Elba's kicking ass.
She was the only one that was so far off as far as playing the real person. Because Stagecoach, she was more like the sister in the movie with Tick. What is it?
Oh, Lovecraft Country.
The Lovecraft Country, yeah. She was more, if they would have had that actress play Stagecoach Mary, it would have been physically more accurate. Believable. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get to there. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you, ladies, very much. I'll text you when I'm ready and let you know where we're at time wise. I'm not gonna make 5 o'clock because we're eating at 4. So like I'm looking at 5:30 at best. Like I rush in and just turn the camera on. But we'll at least get Dexter done. I'm not gonna be up all night doing this shit. I mean, I gotta go to work. So we'll at least do Dexter tomorrow. And just play it by ear. I mean, we can get paid for this, damn it. Anyway, love y'all. All right, see you tomorrow.
Hey.